Oh my god, I think it's so claustrophobic. How does Peter Parker do that? Hello everyone, it's your friendly neighbourhood trans guy here with pink hair and dressed in a trans pride flag which was signed by Miles McKenna. So obviously I'm winning at life. You know what else is winning at life? The theory that Spider-Man is a trans guy. Yeah, so basically ever since the new Spider-Man Homecoming film came out, and kind of before that, but it's really got big since the new film came out, there has been fan theories, loads of them, saying that Peter Parker is trans, and I am so on board with this. You have no idea how much I am loving this. Literally, my Instagram name is Friendly Neighbourhood Trans Guy. I live for that branding, and just trans Peter Parker, sign me the bleep up. So in this video, your homeboy Jay is going to be telling you some of the evidence towards this theory that Spider-Man is trans. But just remember, you don't actually need evidence anyway, because he's a fictional character and he can be literally whatever you want him to be. Cool? Cool. Okay, so most of this evidence is from the new film, Homecoming, so if you haven't seen it, spoilers, but go see it, honestly, it's amazing. And also some of the evidence you can apply to like the comics or like past films or whatever, but most of it has come from what people have been finding in the new Homecoming film. Yeah, and most of these points I found on Tumblr, but I'm not really stealing them from a specific person because like everyone is like finding this stuff. Like, it's a community effort and I'm just compiling all of the most obvious evidence into it. It would be nice if I knew how words worked, but anyway, this video is basically a list of the best evidence. Piece of evidence number one is that Peter is shorter and smaller than literally every other character. I know trans guys can come in like all shapes and sizes, like anyone can, but they're typically smaller built than most guys their age. And in the comics, in most adaptations, Peter is just tiny. He's like so small, so tiny, like tiny little baby. And he always has been, even like in versions of the comics where he's supposed to be older and stuff, he's just small. And smaller than every other superhero ever. He's just such a small baby and I want to protect him. Piece of evidence number two. In Homecoming, there is a scene where his aunt says to him that his body is flowering, meaning that he's currently going through puberty. But he's supposed to be like 15, and at the age of 15, most cis guys are like towards the end of puberty or have already done the puberty. So he's currently doing the puberty, which is probably his second late puberty, which means he's started testosterone recently. Y'all, he's trans. Evidence number three. There are a few moments in the film where he tries to make his voice deeper. He puts like effort into making his voice appear deeper, and as a trans guy, and literally most of the trans guys I know are super self-conscious about their voice, think it's too high, and make efforts to make it sound deeper sometimes, and just so transcoded. Evidence number four, I think. I can't count. In the scene where he goes into the bank to save it from the guys dressed as the Avengers who are robbing the bank, he's trying to figure out how to stand and tries out different poses, all are awkward, and trans guys do this. I definitely do this. I'm like, how does this guy stand? How can I stand to make me pass? And it's a trans thing. Also, it's like an awkward teenager thing, but for the sake of this theory, let's just say it's a trans thing. Evidence number five. He wears loads of plaid button-ups and just button-ups and hoodies and all of this sort of clothes that hides his body, which is a very trans thing to do. Look at me, I'm wearing a cape right now to hide my body. Like, come on. I've honestly lost count of what point this is, but there's a scene in Homecoming where he's like looking wistfully at all of his friends who are playing in the pool, and that breaks my heart because like he's like, I know there's part of it where like, oh, he can't play with them in the pool because he has to go to save the world, whatever. But also, that's such a Tran thing. Hashtag just Tran things. Not going swimming when your friends are. Because dysphoria. Woo! I feel for you, Peter. I feel for you so bad. Next piece of evidence. I've given up on counting and giving these evidences numbers. So just stick with this unorganised list. He gets bullied. Supposedly for being a nerd, but people don't really get bullied for being a nerd anymore. Like, I'm super into comic books, and I know loads of people like who like are in school and who are super nerdy, read books all the time, and they don't really get bullied for it. It's not a thing that bullies target anymore, but bullies do target trans kids. Like, you know, that happens a lot. So if he's getting bullied, it's more likely that he's getting bullied for being trans than for being a nerd. In the Homecoming film, he is repeatedly called Penis Parker by bullies. This could be a transphobic insult. It could be referring to the fact he's a guy who doesn't have a cis penis, or it could be something about his packer. Maybe when he first started packing, his packer fell out and everyone was like, oh my god, it's a penis. Parker's got a penis. You see, it could be related to his transness, which is wrong. Don't bully trans kids. Trans kids are cool. They have capes and talk about superheroes. I don't know what that was. Oh my god. Yeah, I kind of deserve to be bullied. In Homecoming, his friend Ned asks if he lays eggs, but only female spiders lay eggs. And like, Peter takes offense to this question, and like, so his friend knows he's trans. His friend knows he has the ovaries and might have eggs, you know? Because he's a boy with ovaries, is what I'm trying to say. In Homecoming, there is a scene where Peter is struggling to tie a tie. Most boys age 15 probably have already learned how to tie a tie, especially in America where there's loads of fancy events and stuff, and people in America just weird and make kids dress up fancy, I think. I have some American friends. Anyway, I'm pretty sure most cis guys can tie a tie. It's something you teach your son, isn't it? Because that's a man thing. But he can't. Again, symbolising that he's like doing the puberty thing late. This is his second puberty. Again, this is the biggest evidence, and I think this is the thing that I'm gonna use to like really sell this theory to people, is there's literally a bit in Homecoming where he just yells, I'm not a girl, I'm a man, I mean I'm male. Like, as trans people, if you're a tran watching this, y'all yell your gender at people when they gender you incorrectly, right? You get that mad. And if you've seen the film, he's doing it in a very, I'm correcting my gender because I'm trans, and yeah, he's so trans. Right, that's all of the list I had on my phone. Also, look at I've got one of these fancy things now, and it's really cool, and it says Emma Blackery on it. So thanks, Emma Blackery, for making your merch so cool and useful. So now I'm just going to talk about the theory in general. Earlier this month, maybe? No, this month started. But a few weeks ago, I was talking about this theory on Instagram, and somebody was like, but in Homecoming and like literally most films and most comics, Peter takes his shirt off and he's not binding, he hasn't got like top surgery marks, what's that? And I'm like, I can prove you wrong on that. If he came out as trans when he was like a tiny little sprog, he could have started hormone blockers and they could have stopped the development of his chest, and particularly because he's quite a buff, he probably doesn't have much of a chest anyway, so he is just flat chested, and good for him. He is extremely lucky, and I'm jealous of his body. I want his body. In more than one way. That was gay, Jessie. Oh my god. So what are your theories on this theory? Please comment down below if you support Spider-Man as a trans guy. Just give this video a thumbs up. Basically, the trans people are just stealing all of your favourite characters, and I'm very sorry about that. But he's mine now. He's my community's. I've just took Spider-Man and been like, mine. He's trans now. Deal with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out all my links in the description. Subscribe to my channel, and support trans kids and trans superheroes. Love you, bye!